So in this video, we are going to look at the maximum area of an island problem, where we are given a m cross n binary matrix, and we have an island, which is we have to calculate the maximum area of an island. And the meaning of an island is the number of ones which are connected four directionally, right, horizontal or vertical, and everything else is surrounded by water. And so basically in this particular example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 islands, out of which this particular island has a maximum area 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because there are six ones connected four directionally. So that's what we need to do. So if you've done problems which are very similar to this, like the number of islands problem, when we need to calculate the number of islands, it is very much similar to that. So what we're going to do is we are going to iterate through the matrix. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever values we have, and whenever we come across a 1, we start a recursion, and that recursive function is going to go in four different directions: 1, 2, 3, and 4, up and down, left and right. Once that happens, we are going to check whether the neighboring cells are also 1 or not. If they are, we are going to update our area, right? And then we are going to have one maximum area which we are going to calculate at the end of the recursion. So that's how we solve the problem. So just let's do a walkthrough. So we come here, we try and come at this 1, and we start the recursion. So it goes and checks the right side. It also sees a 1, so we start the recursion again. Also, we need to take care that we don't check the previous cell again. So what we are going to do is, whenever we encounter a 1 which is land, and that is 1, so what we're going to do is we are going to replace it with 2, so that when the next recursion call is activated, it doesn't go back, right? So that's how we make sure that we are not going to the same cell again and again. And this particular way we do it. So in this case, we get a response of the at the end of the recursion as 4, since the area of that island is 4, right? So we have one area ready with us, then we go to the next cell, then we come to this cell, right? And we do the same thing again. So here we get the response as 5 from the recursion. So out of 4 and 5, which is maximum, 5 is maximum, so our updated maximum area is going to be 5. Then we go on and we come at this particular one and do the same thing again. So that's pretty much the logic that we're going to look at. So let's start coding. So first we'll have an area called as maximum area, and then let's start with a recursive function directly. Or let's do one thing. So this is the recursive function. Let's iterate through the matrix. So we iterate through the length of the grid and then the rows and columns. So what we're going to do is, if we come across a 1, so we check that if grid of I comma j is equal to 1, which is the number, we start the recursion, right? So the recursion function is going to return us a area of one particular island, like this, and what we pass is the coordinates of that particular grid. So if you are here, it's going to be 0, 1, 2. So 2 comma 1 is what we're going to pass over here. Once we get the recursion, so if we get 4 over here, we just check whatever max area we have. We get to the max of whatever we had previously. Is it lesser or not, right? And we take whichever is bigger. So it's 4 and then 5. So now this is going to be 5, right? And what's going to happen in the end is we're going to return the max area, which is the final answer, right? So this is the start. Now what we are going to do is we are going to start the recursion. So write the recursive function. So the first base case is going to be, if you are at this particular location, that's the first row, we can't go up, right? So we'll figure that out. If you're in the first column, we can't go left. If you're on the rightmost column, we can't go more right, and then bottom would be can't go below. So that condition is if I is less than or greater than length of grid, or I, let's do ij is greater than equal to the length of grid of 0, that's the column, or I is less than 0, or j is less than 0, or the last case is if grid of I comma j is not equal to 1, right? Because if you're on 0, we don't need to do anything, right? We just return 0 because there's no island over there, right? If that happens, we return 0. Then if we do find a 1, we just need to replace that, right? So we replace the grid with 2 and then we start the recursive call, right? So we are here, we came here I comma j, we checked whether it is there, this doesn't satisfy at this particular location 2 comma 1, then we change it, so this particular 2 comma 1 is going to be 2 now we start the recursion. So what the recursion would be, we add the 1, which is the one where which we just changed right now, that is one area, right? That's we need to count, so that's 1 plus. Now the recursion would be on the right, or 4 directions actually, plus, right? So is this correct? We have I plus j plus 1, I minus 1, j minus 1, right? So that gives me the area of that particular island if I start at this particular location, right? And we can just return it from this stage. So yeah, I think this is the entire code, and if I just submit this, oops, too fast. Right, so what has happened, it's index out of range because it's going to be I. Right, so that passed, submit, and yes, that's the solution for this. Thank you.